Now let's bring in for a look at the year as it concludes on the polling front. Joining me as he does regularly on this program is Samaras from the Redbridge Group Australia. Cos, you've done some really interesting polling at the end of this year. What's your overall assessment of where the government and opposition conclude 2023?
They're pretty much back to where they started. So think of election night of 2022. Government's around in the low 30s when it comes to primary vote. The coalition's in the mid 30s. There's a big other party vote, very, very present in our findings and in other public polls as well. With a caveat, obviously we have had since then over a dozen interest rate rises, and that's had an effect. And the effect is it's putting a lot of pressure on Labor's vote in the outer suburbs of our large cities.
When you look at, we drill into it, the number, and there was something in the Sunday Telegraph the week before last where the tradies vote had fallen away for Labor. What's behind that?
Yeah, so that's a diverse group of people. Cooks, aged care workers, health workers, tradies, of course, plumbers, carpenters and the like, and other very specialised trades. These individuals, less so the trades, but more so the cooks and the aged care workers, they are feeling the pinch significantly. So the cost of living crisis is hitting the types of people that keep our lights on, stock our shelves, make sure that we are able to function, that being those of us who don't work with our hands. These individuals are feeling this the most, and they feel like the political class out there in this country are not listening to them or talk about their issues. And so there's a lot of resentment building, and we could see that having an impact in our numbers as well.
And you've been through many electoral cycles. You've seen the midterm dip. This is in line with that. That honeymoon that went forever has come off. The caveat, and you mentioned one, for the opposition, the next 12 to 18 months is when they start fleshing out their alternative prescription. So really that's the time people would start to zero in and scrutinise the opposition. And a lot of voters don't even decide to the last month, if not the last week, Cos. So we are a long way away from saying that this is going to be a close run. I know a lot of people saying it is, but we really don't know at this point, surely.
Yeah, that's right. There is something that obviously occurred on election night, and that is that the major party vote combined was the lowest in many, many decades. And so we're back there now. Now, I don't think that what we're seeing politically across the board, there's any evidence that either major party is going to make up ground and reclaim some of that lost territory to minor parties. So we think that the situation is going to get worse for both of them. Their pathway to victory is going to be narrow. So I expect the years of landslides of those elections, those of us old enough to remember the big electional results where governments were swept into power or re-elected with significant majorities, they're going to be less likely. Doesn't mean they're going to be impossible, but they're going to be less likely. So I think in 2025, we'll see the two major party vote continue to decline. The coalition will need to drive its victory bus through the outer suburbs of our large cities. It can't do both. And what I mean by that is it can't pursue those till seats they lost in 2022. So it's going to be an interesting strategy to watch play out.
It will be. Samaras from Redbridge Group. Great to get your insights, as always. Thanks.
Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas.